Koana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Koana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Koana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Koana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Koana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only person Toshiro-kun confided in. You had to have heard it from her, right?
Nearly hit the nail on the head, as they say.
Nearly?
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying. But only to her old teacher over the phone. She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Koana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. And that was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
So the first time Kawana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised to deliver real justice.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function. If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, what's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one reported Kawana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Kawana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live without consequence. Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. Kawana-san's plan was impressive, almost airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kawana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. Just as I planned. The charges will be confirmed and I'll be convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san. If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court at the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your partner, Kawana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? You know, don't you? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Kawana.
I'm aware she was killed. This is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean RK?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Kawana. Any ideas?
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happens. Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Kawana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove your innocence.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want. But just know this.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail. That doesn't mean I killed her.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened. Why don't you head over to the office?
Sure thing. Pretty tasty. Thanks. Pretty tasty. Thanks. Hey. Suspicious. What the? Suspicious. Hey. What the? Amasawa.
Yagami-san. Yes. Yes.
Better be careful here.
Let's, Huh? If I were to guess,
Yeah. Hey!
It's you? Oh shit! Yagami!
Nope.
Hey! Huh?
Yeah. Ah.
You piece of shit!
By the way,
Huh?
in other words,
Don't mess with me!
hey,
You piece of shit! Uh-huh.
huh. What? By the way,
Who knows?
excuse me. In other words, if I were to guess,
yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
That's,
what?
it can't be.
Hmm? Huh? Does that mean...
Yes. Yes.
But...
Yes.
I see.
It's all my fault. Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. Which means... Yes. Yes.
I see.
That's, But... This is for Kotoko. Huh? No. That's, Yes. Yagami-san. So, this is Itakura-san's apartment.
All right, Takanashi-san, we made it. There's the intercom.
Okay.
Who is it?
Kotoko? Can we talk?
Micah? Is that you? What are you doing here?
I came by because I wanted to apologize.
Just go home. I'm busy.
Kotoko, come on. Can you at least hear me out for 1 minute?
Just go away! Leave me alone!
Itakura-san, just a moment. It's very important. This is Kyoko Amasawa from the Mystery Research Club, by the way.
Amasawa? Mystery Club? What is this?
Takanashi-san's been working as a sugar baby for you. She says she won't quit until you return to school.
She's a what? For me? I don't understand what's going on.
Itakura-san, we know that your scholarship's about to be revoked over your absenteeism. Takanashi-san has been working as a sugar baby in hopes of covering your tuition.
What?
Even though she's just been through a very scary experience, she still says she refuses to quit. Now, Kotoko...
Hang on. What have you done? And why would you do something like that for me?
Well, it's because I wasn't there for you when you needed me. Instead of being a friend, I practically sold you out to the committee.
So you started selling yourself to cover a stranger's tuition? Are you stupid? Why would you even think the school would accept your money?
Why do you call yourself a stranger? You're my best friend!
That's not my point. I mean, why would you go that far? Hello? You gonna give me a reason or what?
Kotoko, do you remember when you first saw me dance in junior high? You said something I'll never forget.
Huh? I what?
You told the shyest, most self-conscious girl on the planet exactly what she needed to hear to get her butt on stage. And it did the trick. I finally gained the courage to dance in front of an audience, and it was all because you had my back.
If anyone makes fun of you up there, I'll knock their teeth right out.
You told me that word for word.
Well, that was just...
You inspired me, Kotoko. You taught me what it was like to be brave and to have a friend. Yet, how did I repay you? I turned my back on you when you needed me the most. Even after you'd always been there for me. I was stupid. I was more concerned about looking good in front of the committee than sticking up for you. So, I left you to deal with your problems alone. I've been wanting to say, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't find the words.
Seriously? You waited all this time? Just go home. I'm never going back to that school.
Hang on!
Itokura-san. Hello. I'm Yagami, outside counselor for the MRC.
Okay. So what?
Do you think you could reconsider that last part? She's not gonna quit being a sugar baby until you're back at Serio. But we stopped today, I don't think you want that kind of thing on your conscience.
Well, I guess that would suck. If something happened, I'd hate to live with that for the rest of my life. But there's just no way. I can't deal with the assholes in my class anymore. Makes me sick just thinking about it.
Is that a mystery you're reading? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I guess so. What of it?
Maybe you'd be interested in joining the Mystery Research Club.
Huh?
If being around your classmates would be too much, you could start by just showing up to the MRC after school. That should make it easier to work your way up to attending classes again. As for the chairman, I'll take care of that.
let's dial this back a bit. Why should anyone have to go to school anyway? It's an institution to educate the uneducated, and that's all. To get people into a state where maybe they'll be of use to society. School is fine for people who lack intelligence and initiative. I don't. So I certainly don't need it.
Right. School isn't everything. I mean, I never graduated high school, and I've made my way through things just fine.
See? Then what's the problem?
Well, hanging around the school, becoming a counselor, it's made me realize something, actually. I'm realizing that I might have become an adult without, how should I put it, getting to enjoy being a kid.
Being a kid?
Yeah. Both Amasawa and all the rabbits. They're living their lives to the fullest with their friends. It makes me wish I'd had something like that. Itakura-san, why don't you just come check out the MRC? I wouldn't wish what I went through on anyone. If you come join us and still feel like dropping out afterwards, then I'll respect your decision and leave it at that.
Well, if it's such a big deal to you, I guess I ought to consider it.
And you'll come back?
Only after school. And only to the MRC. On the condition that I keep my scholarship.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Yagami-san will work it out. After all, he's a lawyer. All right, Kotoko. Then I'll see you in school. Yes.
By the way,
Excuse me?
yeah. Yeah.